You. What's up, y'all? Tell Like It Is TV, man. Let's talk about it, y'all. So first of all, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you want to donate. The links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. All right, man. So let's get into it, man. We know we got a big game coming up this Sunday. The Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Los Las Vegas Raiders. Big game Sunday. And look, man, I know that Russell Wilson is participating. He's fully back healthy now. In my personal opinion, I told you all already, man. I think that Mike Tomlin and them need to go with Russell Wilson. There was a reason why y'all decided to call this man QB1, okay, in the first place. And I think they got to stick with it, man. I think they honestly have to stick with it, in my personal opinion. Like I said, you promised the man. I think the offense will be a little bit more consistent with Russell Wilson. You know who else agreed with me when I said that? Tony Dungy, okay? Tony Dungy, Hall of Fame coach, okay? Actually was at a practice last week. And I would play the footage, but I don't want to get dinged for this particular video. So it is what it is. But y'all can go check that out on YouTube. Tony Dungy talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers and Russell Wilson. I think it's on Mike Torero or whatever. Matter of fact, hold on, let me see. I'm gonna actually play it. All right, so first of all, fair accuse. Y'all can go check this out on NFL on NBC. I think we're Mike Torero, if I'm not mistaken. If I might have botched the whole name altogether, but shout out to dude, because I think, like I said, I like to hear him talk, especially when it comes down to the Pittsburgh Steelers, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like he's a fan of Pittsburgh and Mike Tomlin and them, so, I always tend to gravitate towards, people like that at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It's a lot of people that don't even watch Steeler football and, they be up on TV just saying anything and shit. But anyway, let's get into this because in this particular video that came out yesterday, they agree with what Tell Like It Is TV was talking about after Sunday night's game. So it is what it is. But anyway, let's get into it.
Let's pivot to the Steelers because, look, my theory is Russell Wilson was never...
And fair accuse if I didn't say that.
Anything but QB1. Justin Fields has played 5 games. The offense was not crisp, to say the least, on Sunday. It still felt like the kind of game the Steelers have won in the past where this...
And it definitely was. I don't mean to keep stopping it, but I have to chime in on this, man. Like, Steeler Nation, y'all got to chill out, dog. Like, I mean, come on, dog. Like, honestly, that particular game, I predicted them to lose the game. Maybe that's why I'm not taking it as hard. But, man, watching some of these videos, dog, like, you think the sky is falling at the end of the day. Like, it's time to fire Mike Tomlin. We ain't shit. And like I said, had we recovered that fumble or had we made a goal line stand, all the people that's running around here talking about Mike Tomlin need to be fired. I mean, like I said, if they don't gain a yard, Mike Tomlin need to be fired. You know what I'm saying? If somebody fumbled a football, Mike Tomlin need to be fired. If somebody throw an interception, Mike Tomlin needs to be fired. I mean, I'm just tired of the fire Tomlin shit. I really am. You know what I'm saying? Anything don't go right, it's Tomlin's fault. Blockers ain't blocking right, it's Tomlin's fault. I mean, quarterbacks not seeing the field, it's Tomlin's fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it's getting ridiculous, man. You know what I'm saying? And had we won this game, that particular game, nobody would be saying half of the shit that they saying in a loss, okay? But like I said, me personally, Fields has been playing. He has been playing pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good, actually. He hasn't turned over the ball, turnover free. Had that one interception. It is what it is. But he's played the game as best as he can play. Can he get better? Absolutely. But like I said, I think that Russell Wilson will bring more to the passing game because he's a vet, number one, okay? He's a vet. He's seen a lot of defenses. He's a goddamn Super Bowl winning quarterback. He still has some movement to him, okay? And like I said, Fields is the future, you know what I'm saying? And there's things that he will be able to learn. Let's say Russell Wilson fucks around and gets hurt in the season at the end of the day. What Fields would be able to learn behind watching Russ out there and how he's operating, if, you know, knock on wood, if something was to happen to Russell Wilson and Fields had to come in and play, he can learn a lot just by being behind a guy like that. Sometimes, you know, a guy being, being the mentor and shit like that, you know, he can only tell you so much, but a lot of times you got to be able to just sit back and watch and see shit. This is why you see a lot of these quarterbacks now where they throw them right in the fire, and, you know, if they're not ready for it, you know, a lot of these quarterbacks crash and burn, okay? So, you know, it just kind of is what it is. But anyway, let me let this keep going.
Stats look horrible, but the one stat that matters is how many points did we score and how many points did they score. I felt like they were still going to win the game.
And let me say this, too. That was, like I told y'all in the recap, that was a classic Mike Tomlin game to win. I mean, classic Mike Tomlin game to win. We just didn't win last Sunday night. That's it. That was a classic Tomlin, keep the game close, and we'll make the splash plays needed to be able to finish the game off. Classic fucking Tomlin game. But unfortunately, we didn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? Had we jumped on it, and I know Tomlin wanted that. Ooh, I know Tomlin wanted that. Tomlin seemed hurt by that loss. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, man, had we just jumped on that football, you know what I'm saying? We would. That's the ball game. That's the fucking ball game. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I will say that they definitely need better communication on defense, because you could clearly see throughout that entire fucking game, nobody knew what the fuck they were doing. Every time Dallas got ready to hike the ball, motherfuckers is like, yo, over here, yo, like everybody's trying to get somebody's attention because nobody knows what the fuck is going on. I think I agree with Minkah Fitzpatrick. They definitely need to simplify the defense. For sure, you know what I'm saying? That was one thing that was alarming to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, why all these niggas look like they don't know what the fuck is going on with the defensive call? You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that bothered me throughout the game. I will say that. Even though, like I said, I predicted them to lose, but I'm still a fan. You know, I still want to see them win, but I'm not putting my heart in it. I know they're going to let me down in this particular game. And unfortunately, they did, right? But what bothered me a lot was the confusion that was going on defense all fucking game. It's one thing a team does come out in a different coverage or a different formation, right? But it's another thing when it's happening all throughout the entirety of the fucking game. Like, motherfuckers is like, yo, over here. No, yo, you supposed to be over here. Yo, what we doing? Like, that's what it seemed like they were doing the whole fucking game. It's like, God damn, bro. You know what I'm saying? But throughout all that, all the up and downness of what the Dallas was doing, carving up the defense, guess what? We only lost that game by a fucking field goal, dog. You know what I'm saying? Dak showed what a Dak had 300 and change. 300 yards and change. I think he had 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions, okay? And they only won the game by a goddamn field goal. Only won the game by a field goal, okay? So like I said, this team is still elite. Despite us losing to the Cowboys last week, we still elite. Dak went up and down the goddamn field, empty calories like a motherfucker, right? The defense showed up when they showed up. And like I said, I'm ready for this week, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. As far as the George Pickens thing, I'm not really concerned about it. It is what it is. He'll be ready to play. And but like I said, I think that they have to go to Russell Wilson, man. They have to go to Russell Wilson. It is what it is. If Russ get out here and he bomb, all right, you just go back to Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy. You know what I'm saying? It is that easy to do. You just go right back to Justin Fields. You don't put Russ in the game unless Russ is ready to go. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I will say. If Russ is not ready to go 100%, ready to get in there and make impact, then his ass need to sit down until he's ready. You know what I'm saying? And he don't need to be rushing back. But if he's back and he's ready, you got to throw his ass in there. And this is the perfect game to throw his ass in there with. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's let this play.
It feels like, to me, it's time. And I don't want to say to go back to Russell Wilson because it never got started, but he's QB1. And he fully participated in practice on Wednesday. That, to me, is the cue. That's the sign. Full participation. QB1's ready. No time like now to let Russell Wilson do what they thought he was going to do week 1.
Mike, when they got these two guys, I thought it would really, really be a plus for Pittsburgh. They played some good ball last year. They didn't have consistent quarterback play. And knowing Mike Tomlin the way I do, I know what.
And one thing about the NFL, okay? You need consistent QB play, dog. You just need it. Everything ain't a fucking home run highlight play every goddamn down. Sometimes you might have to goddamn check down. You might be checked down Charlie the whole goddamn drive. But at the end of the day, one thing that Russell Wilson will bring to the table is the manipulation of the defense, being able to manipulate the defense with his eyes, his quick decisions, and knowing defenses, knowing coverages. He's seen a lot. So you have to go with that guy. That's just my opinion on that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway.
He was looking for it. Let me get somebody who is going to be the field general, who's going to make good decisions out there, who's going to keep us out of trouble, and who the team believes in. And that was Russell Wilson, in my mind. Now they also got Justin Fields. Hey, here's a guy I can put in. If we need a spark, we can do some different things. Maybe I can put him in the red zone and give people what they have to deal with. Justin Fields makes some great plays, but he is not the consistent player at this moment that Russell Wilson is. I was at practice on Thursday, and Russell was not going full speed. He was running the scout team. He was throwing with the backup receivers against Pittsburgh's number 1 defense, and he was lighting it up. Those balls.
Okay, so y'all know how I talk about Pittsburgh Steelers defense being elite. So this is Tony Dungy, okay? I just wanted y'all to hear that particular part. Tony Dungy said he was at the practice playing against the number. Now, Russell's throwing to the second team, okay? He's out there with the second squad at the end of the day, playing against the number 1 defense. And Russell Wilson is out there lighting their ass up, okay? Looking like Dak Prescott out there, right? At the end of the day, that's who you got to go with, dog. You have to go with that, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't care who they start at the end of the day. When that ball get kicked off at 4:05 Sunday, I don't give a damn who the goddamn quarterback is. We need to go out there and get a dub. That's all I give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who QB1, but my opinion only, I think Mike T needs to go ahead and go ahead and get the keys back to Justin. He ain't damaged the whip. You know what I'm saying? He ain't damaged the whip. You know what I'm saying? He kept the whip in good hands. You know what I'm saying? The whip ain't get crashed. Ain't no dents on the car, none of that. But now it's time to get him keys back. You know what I'm saying? It's time to get him keys back and get the keys back to Russell Wilson. Only if his ass is 100%. You know what I'm saying? If he not 100%, nigga, don't bring your ass out here until your ass is ready to go. You know what I'm saying? But from the looks of things and what I've been hearing about practice and things like that, Russ been out there doing his thing. So in that case, and he's a full participant in practice, it's time to get that man the keys back, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. And as y'all see right here, these are not bad numbers from Justin Fields. They're really not. You know what I'm saying? Justin Fields, like I said, he hasn't damaged the car. He's came in and has some decent games, has some great opportunities. Showed he a dog out there. You know what I'm saying? Showed he a straight dog out there. And like I said, he's definitely a Pittsburgh Steeler, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a Pittsburgh Steeler. Toughness, you know what I'm saying? Handles himself with class, you know what I'm saying? He's definitely a Steeler through and through, you know what I'm saying? But in this situation, dog, he's gonna have to go back to being QB2. Unless something happens, I think that they'll still be able to use him within packages and things like that. And then as far as the Steelers, you have an opportunity where if he doesn't play or start a certain amount of games, I think you either keep your pick or some shit like that, keep your draft pick and all that. So why not? Why not make the moves now? You know what I'm saying? We just coming off 2 back-to-back losses. Hell, you could make the excuse, hey, look, we coming off 2 losses. You know what I'm saying? We going back to the QB guy. He's the number 1 guy, and we're going back to that. It's all lined up to be able to play it out that way. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Now, if Justin was winning, I ain't gonna hold you. I think it'd be kind of wild to not go to Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to go to Russell Wilson if Justin was undefeated. You know what I'm saying? But in this case, it's coming off of back-to-back losses, and it's not Justin's fault. It's really not. It's really not all on him, okay? But like I said, we're going to need that consistent QB quarterback playing. You need that in the league. You see that with Mahomes. You see that with guys like Josh Allen. You see that with guys like Lamar Jackson, okay? Now, Joe Burrow, okay? These dudes are marching down the fields and putting points on the board. Unfortunately for us, we're not really doing that in a consistent basis. We have a lot of explosion. We make splash plays when it comes down to our offense. You know what I'm saying? We don't have a lot of consistency within our offense, especially the passing game, okay? With Russ out there, I guarantee you we'll see a more consistent passing game. If I'm wrong, then we're going to have to see. You know what I'm saying? But I almost guarantee you that we'll have a better consistency, and the play calling will probably be a little bit different as well, too, because there will more trust in a guy like Russ, okay? So, it is what it is. But I think we'll see more consistent QB play, which we're going to need to be able to march down the field and put points on the board. Everything has got to be a touchdown. Just getting down the field, getting in the field goal range, giving the defense some rest, you know what I'm saying? Moving the chains, getting first downs, making second down and third down more manageable, instead of being in these fucking third and longs, second and longs, and penalties. Dog, listen, y'all niggas got to chill out with these penalties. False starts, holding, all the dumb shit, you know what I'm saying? Please, you know what I mean? So we can have more of a consistent offense. Like I said, everything is not all on Justin Fields, but if you name Russell Wilson QB1 and he's coming back and we're coming off of back-to-back losses and he's ready, you got to throw his ass in the game. You know what I'm saying? You got to throw him in there, you know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. And, like I said, it's a perfect game for him to come back on, you know what I mean? Because we definitely need this particular game and we need consistent quarterback play, straight up and down. If Russ is out there and he might be struggling or some shit like that, I think we can afford. Here's what I would say. Because like I said, with Mike Tomlin, dog, we watched the man juggle 3 quarterbacks in 1 year. Roethlisberger, goddamn Mason Rudolph, and Duck Hodges. We watched the man juggle 3 quarterbacks and still didn't have a losing season. Almost fucked around and made the playoffs. Okay, so I don't question Mike Tomlin at this point. If anybody can juggle this QB situation, it's goddamn Mike T, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? So if Russ get in there and bomb out, you know what I'm saying? We can go right back to Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? But if Russ get out there and ball out, then we might got something. You know what I'm saying? We might got something on our goddamn hands. You know what I'm saying? Well, we can look at our team and we don't have to be like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. When I watch other quarterbacks, dog, it be like when I watch somebody like Patrick Mahomes, right? And when I watch Patrick Mahomes, they have, it's consistent quarterback play, okay? Consistent quarterback play for the most part. I'm not saying that they get, every time they touch the ball, they fucking putting points on the board. They get stops, and the refs be helping them niggas out too. We gotta be honest about that. But the quarterback consistency is somewhere up there, okay? Guys like I said, Josh Allen, the quarterback play is consistent for the most part. Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, okay? And there's a few other quarterbacks. My mind is, it's early in the morning and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, forgive me on that one. But their quarterback play is very consistent. You know what I'm saying? They're marching down the field, whether they're putting up 3 or whether they're putting up 7 at the end of the day. it's pretty consistent. You know what I mean? You can look at their numbers and you could almost guarantee they're going to throw for at least motherfucking 200 plus yards, 220 plus yards at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? They're going to have about 2 to 3 touchdowns at the end of the day. So, you just get that consistent. I think we'll get that from Russ, in my opinion. But like I said, guys still got to do their jobs. Receivers got to get open. Receivers got to catch the goddamn ball when they touch your goddamn hands. You know what I'm saying? And linemen got to block. Linemen got to be in communication, and niggas got to stud up. Ain't nobody getting in the club. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody getting in the club at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I need the linemen to be like bouncers out this motherfucker. I need y'all to be ain't nobody getting in the club, meaning ain't nobody getting in his pocket. You know what I'm saying? And when we running the ball, we throwing motherfuckers out the club, straight up and down. Your ass is getting out the club. You know what I'm saying? I need the linemen to have more push when it come down to our running game. You know what I'm saying? I need y'all out here playing bounces and throwing niggas out the club in our running game, straight up and down. You know what I'm saying? Najee, like I said, my thing with Najee is Najee just he's running into a goddamn, and sometimes it makes me nervous sometimes because I'll be like, damn, bro, you might hurt the goddamn lineman just running into these niggas all the goddamn time. You might fold up in one of these niggas' back of their knee and shit and fuck around and injure our own goddamn player. I think that they definitely have to have better schemes when it comes down to running the ball. I think a different pace of running the ball when it comes down to compared to when we running Najee, compared to when we running Jaylen Warren and Cordell Patterson. They just bring a different, Cordell Patterson and Jaylen Warren just bring a different spark when it comes down to running the ball. I like Najee. I like what he does. But like I said, a lot of times he don't really have nowhere to run. So therefore he's just going to get the extra 2-3 yards or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes Najee, bro, you can improvise, bro. You can improvise, bro. You see that hole? You see it's closing up. You cut back now. You know what I'm saying? You cut back now and fuck around and you might have some seam. You might have some daylight. You know what I'm saying? Get to the daylight. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You see that? Everybody a clusterfuck. As soon as you get the ball and shit like that, it's a whole clusterfuck. Hey, hit the daylight. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you see daylight, that's where your ass cut back to and get the hauling ass, because we already know if Najee get into that second level or even that first level, there's not really a lot of linemen that can really hold that nigga when he got a full steam ahead like that. You know what I'm saying? Let alone if he fuck around and hit that second level and he out there with them safeties and goddamn cornerbacks trying to tackle his ass. Oh, that's an easy 20-yard game. Easy work. You know what I'm saying? Might take that bitch to the crib. You know what I'm saying? So, it is what it is, man. I think that we're going to bounce back this particular game. I think we're going to see a lot more consistency within the offense if Russell Wilson is playing. If not, I think we still see some of the same struggles that we've seen the past 5 weeks, and that's inconsistency within the offense at the end of the day. Inconsistency within the quarterback play. Unless Justin Fields comes out here and really turns it on. Like, look, I'm not giving up the keys. You know what I'm saying? Unless Justin come out here and stand on business. You know what I'm saying? If Justin come out here and stand on business in this Raiders game, then, it might be a wrap. You know what I'm saying? It might be a wrap. But I think that if Mike T, if they're going to make the call, you make it now. You know what I'm saying? You make the call now. It's a lot riding on this. Just for the, like I said, we could afford to lose another game if that's the case. You know what I'm saying? If that's the case, we can afford to lose another game to let our QB1 at least get in there and do what he need to do and move on to the Jets next week. And with Russ having a game under his belt, and let's see how he does in the Jets game. You know what I'm saying? And if we lose that game, all right, well, now it's time to go back to Justin Fields. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. And I think that, everything will take care of itself. But I do think we need to go to QB1. We need Russell Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it is what it is. But we've seen this play out before. You know what I'm saying? We've seen this play out with Kenny Pickett. Okay, Kenny Pickett got hurt. Mason Rudolph came in there and was blowing the doors off, undefeated. And by the time Kenny Pickett came back, his job was pretty much lost. But the difference with Kenny Pickett and this Justin Fields and Russell Wilson situation is very easy. Mason Rudolph was lighting it up. You know what I'm saying? Mason Rudolph was absolutely lighting it up. Shout out to Money Mace. You know what I'm saying? He was lighting it up, and we were undefeated. And the offense was being very consistent, okay? Very consistent to where the point we were actually putting up 30 balls. You know what I'm saying? We was actually throwing up 30 points, 25. It felt good. You know what I'm saying? It felt good to see a team actually march down the goddamn field and put 7 on the board. You know what I'm saying? With Justin Fields, we get that, but it's here and there. It's here and there. More second half than more first half at the end of the day. I don't know what it is about us starting off slow, but can we stop that? Could we stop starting off slow? You know what I'm saying? Could we hit the ground running? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, it is what it is. Now, as far as the defense go, defense definitely. Listen, I ain't gonna hold y'all. It might sound crazy, dog, but listen, we only gave up 20 points to a motherfucker that threw for 350 yards or some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? We only gave up 20 points and had the lead with 2 minutes left in the game. I mean, if you were to tell me all we had to do was make one stop to win the fucking game at the end of the day, and a nigga threw for 350 plus yards, 2 touchdowns at the end of the day, you'd be like, come on, dog, ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? You fanned out, tell like it is TV. You fanned out if you think that's a real scenario. You know what I'm saying? But that actually happened. We had the lead with 2:15, 2 and some change, which I thought was a lot of fucking time. I was like, damn, maybe we might have scored a little bit too quick. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we might have scored a little bit too quick. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm always confident that the defense is going to get it done. Like I said, I thought this was a classic Mike Tomlin game, that we fuck around, win this game, and get the stop. But unfortunately, that didn't happen that night. You know what I'm saying? And it was what it was. But anyway, I thought the defense got a little bit too much heat because we're looking at box score and we're not looking at the totality of the game. They stopped these niggas twice within the red zone, got a field goal block, got a turnover, okay? Got an interception, okay? So like I said, got 2 interceptions at that, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, what else you want the defense to do? You know what I'm saying? I mean, straight up and down. Okay, they didn't make the last stop. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, like I said, almost fucked around and had the play of the year. Had we recovered that goddamn football when Elaine Roberts sold out. That my nigga Elaine Roberts was the part of the Illuminati. That nigga sold out and threw his body out there to stop that bitch ass nigga from getting to the touchdown and knock the fucking football out. Had we dove on that fucking football, we talking about the play of the year. Easy. That would have been the play of the year. Hands down, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't nobody tell me nothing. But Elaine Roberts is part of the Illuminati. The way that nigga sold his body out like that for that goal line stop. Shout out to Elaine Roberts, man. It's unfortunate that we couldn't come up with the goddamn football, or at least come up with the win. You know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying, brother, man. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I know Mike T wanted that game. Ooh, I know Mike T wanted that game. I felt his pain in the press conference. I was like, damn, bro, I feel you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, man. God damn. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, though, man. But anyway, man, that's all I really got on it, man. Y'all let me know who y'all think. Y'all want to see Justin Fields continue to get the start? Or do y'all think it's time to go to QB1? Me, personally, I think it's time for QB1. He ready to go. Get that nigga back the keys. You know what I'm saying? Here you go, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson. Mr. Wilson. You know what I'm saying? Here's your keys, sir. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think, though. Anyway, don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell like it is, man. So shout out to day ones. Shout out to new ones, man. And like I said, let me say this real quick. I don't care what decision that they make, okay? Still a nation. Whoever the fucking quarterback is going to be, we not going to make this an argument about, oh, man, we should do this and da-da-da-da. Mike T, Mike Coach, Arthur Smith, Rooney, da-da-da-da. We're not doing that. And whoever the fuck the QB is, come Sunday at 4:05, when that ball get kicked up in that air, I don't give a fuck who the QB is. We got to get a dub. You know what I'm saying? We got to get a straight dub this goddamn Sunday evening, straight up and down. But anyway, don't get mad at me, man. I just got to tell like it is. So shout out to day one. Shout out to the new ones. Shout out to goddamn Steeler Nation. Make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If you want to donate, the links is in the description box. If not, that's cool. The like button is, that's right, y'all. The like button is free. Anyway, Tell Like It Is TV. We out of here, y'all.